Hey guys, welcome back to Amer's Advice, my quick hit segment on this channel between the 20s. Today I'm going to be taking you through some NFL trades that have just broke in the past couple weeks, and I'll tell you about their influence on the rest of the NFL season. So just jumping right into it, we're starting with the biggest impact one on this list. We're starting with Jalen Ramsey. He was traded from the Jags to the Rams for some draft picks, and this is a huge trade for the Rams. They picked up a corner which they needed after Aqib Talib has been sent to the IR, and the Jags got rid of Jalen Ramsey, who was obviously not too happy with the situation in Jacksonville. It's somewhat of a puzzler for the Rams in the fact that their offensive line has really been seeming to be their problem, but this still does make them a better team. Look for them to improve moving forward. Next on the list, sticking with the Rams, but outgoing from the Rams. Now we got Marcus Peters. He was sent from the Rams to the Ravens, also for a pick. And this kind of just makes sense, seeing as the Rams saw Jalen Ramsey coming in. They knew they would have to clear some space for him on the cap and on the field. So Marcus Peters was the odd man out. Sent to Baltimore with the Ravens. Looks like he made a big impact in the first game against Seattle already. And so look for the Ravens defense and secondary to improve even further. They've been good so far. Look for them to take a step maybe into the top 10 in the NFL. Next up, we're going to the other side of the ball, to the offense. We got a wide receiver. We got Mohamed Sanu getting traded from the Falcons to the Patriots for a second-round pick. That is a high pick, especially you don't see Bill Belichick trade these high picks very often. But that should show you what Mohamed Sanu might mean to this team. For the Patriots, they're really looking for wide receiver depth. They lost Antonio Brown, of course. They lost a great pass catcher, an all-world pass catcher last year in Rob Gronkowski after he retired in the offseason. So they've been looking. They've looked to explore trades for Odell Beckham Jr. earlier this season, as well as Stephon Diggs or A.J. Green. Couldn't get someone that high caliber, but Mohamed Sanu should slide right in, play as the wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3 in this system. If you play fantasy, he's potentially a guy to look at moving forward as to bolster your wide receiver depth, but temper expectations for the time being. And finally, our last wide receiver and our last player of this video, we got Emmanuel Sanders getting traded from the Broncos to the San Francisco 49ers with a couple of picks. This just makes sense for both teams. The Broncos are really rebuilding at this point, as they should be. They need a quarterback. They've been struggling so far this season. They need draft picks. They need to look to the future. As for the Niners, they seem to have their team pretty built the way they want it. Their defense has been great so far. Of course, one of only 2 undefeated teams left in the NFL, the 49ers. And so adding Emmanuel Sanders bolsters their offense, which has been their weak point, especially their passing game, which has been the weakest point of their offense. So adding Emmanuel Sanders to this wide receiving core gives them a veteran leadership position, and of course just adds to their offense in general. So that's it from me. Those are the trades. Those are the recent trades in the NFL. See you next week.